Oh, hear those dogs barking at you? They're like, Holly was just here. Holly got her nails trimmed. Holly got her nails trimmed. Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl? Are you happy it's over? That wasn't so bad, huh? Hey, good girl. Did you get your nails trimmed? That wasn't so bad, huh? Are you a good girl? She's a good girl. Are we home? Are we home? Let's go tell Logan what happened. Let's go tell Logan. You ready? You ready to go in? I am in my home office right now. The walls are not quite as pinky red as they look. They're actually a very beautiful cardinal red, but the light is making it look pink. This is my vintage stitch viewing of the week. The one at the top is Needle Love Company, and the other four are Prairie Schooler from the book American Primitives, one of the very first books they produced. And there was a fifth design that was an alphabet sampler, and I don't know why I never stitched that one. I feel like I should stitch that and redo this grouping or put it at the top so it's all Prairie Schooler or something. But we need to contact Hoffman Distributing and request that they reproduce American Primitives because it's timeless, don't you think? So let's get a close-up here. I believe all 5 of these were done on 24 count beige Congress cloth, which was the interesting fabric back in the day. 2 strands, I think, over 1 is what it looked like. And I don't know if you can see the signature, but it's 1991. That was something I picked up at a craft show. And there's Uncle Sam. So I hope you enjoyed those vintage stitches. Hello there. Can we just talk about how nobody in this strip mall is abiding by my video schedule? Just kidding, they don't even know I have one, but there has just been noise coming from both sides all afternoon and evening. First it was the karate studio, and now it's the church next door. This is a break in their singing, but they're doing a full-fledged production, or maybe it's just practice, but it's already after 7, and I don't know how much longer they're gonna go, and I'm anxious to get home for the day. I was gonna do a demo of white, antique white, and ivory fabrics for you. I got the idea after doing the black last week, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity because I put mascara and lipstick on for you. So I didn't want to waste this opportunity, but I also want to get home to walk off the calories of this morning's breakfast, if I must admit. So I think maybe I'll just show photos of the fabric later, or maybe just a video of them without speaking and label what they are. Anyway, I'll try for better luck tomorrow. Bye. Okay, let's give some equal time to white, antique white, and various forms of cream and ivory this week, since we concentrated on black last time. Oh, and to start off with, did you know that there was a 36 count even weave? Neither did I. I don't know when they came out with it, but I found it from Fabric Flare after a search for lovely new customer Teresa Bigler, who said she saw it online someplace. And so I had to investigate and get it in all 3 colors that it was available in. I think you can also get the hand-dyed colors on 36 even weave, but they're not readily in stock someplace. So I started off with the basic colors, The very first one on the left is their white, and I have Anchor Snow White on top of it for reference. Then to the right of that is Antique White Even Weave, and DMC 3865 is a good match for that. And then the third basic 36 even weave is Ivory, and I have Sullivan's that's dyed to match DMC 3866. Now they're looking a little different in my viewer than they are in person, so that's why I put the floss colors on top. Okay, then we're going to slide over to Lugana, which is a cotton polyester blend fabric, and it's usually whiter than linen. So that's their white, and I have Anchor regular white, which is number 2, on top of that. Then next to that is white linen. It's not as thick a piece, so it may look lighter. I tried to put something under it so the tablecloth wasn't showing through, but you can see that it's not quite as white as the Lugana, and it might match, it might be somewhere between white and 712. Then this is Antique White linen, and I have Sullivan's dyed to match DMC 746 on top of it. This is Cashel linen in soft ivory, which is heading more towards yellow than it shows in the screen. And next to that is their cream, which is even slightly more yellow, and I have DMC 739 on top of it. So the Aida is a little more straightforward. The fabric on the bottom there is white, and then the one on the top is Antique White. You can see the white is a lot brighter. And then here are 2 different dye lots of Ivory in Aida from the same company, Zweigart, but they just come in differently. The top color is more like ecru, and the bottom color is just a tinge more yellow. So I hope that gives you a little more information and some guidelines for choosing between these basic colors in the different styles of fabric. And if you have any more questions, please ask. I have a new shop model to show you. It was stitched and finished by our custom framer, Bonnie Saffron of Valley Framing, and she did Heart and Hand Needle Art's 2020 Collector's Heart. And I'm going to start by showing it up close so you can see how much texture the beads add to this sweet little piece. But I've adjusted my stand and the lighting and the angle, and the color of the fabric just keeps disappearing. So I think there we go. I have to hold it all the way back here so you can see how pretty it is. This is 32 Legacy Belfast linen from Picture This Plus, and the fibers used were from Classic Colorworks. And I think Bonnie did such a great job matching up, coordinating the frame and the fillet with the colors that were used. So hopefully you got a good look at that. And I had time to reorder the kits because I knew the auto was coming. So the 2020 Collector's Heart was a special celebration. She included 2 designs. And the kit includes the fabric. That's the Legacy. This is Tango. And then there's the beads and the button. And that retailed for $28. And then here's the auto. So the first one I'm going to show you is part of the Pocket Round series that was designed for her line of heartware. This is Crow. And the stoneware bowl was a smaller size this year. This was the new one for market. They retail for $32. If you want to do the whole series, you only need 1 bowl though, so keep that in mind. And there are finishing instructions on her website. Before that came the bee and the flower, and the one that started it all was the snowman. So just wanted to remind you of that series. This is another series, Patchwork. So this is Crow, and it also features the little wood buttons from the Bee Company. And the first 2 in the series were Patchwork Sheep and Patchwork Deer. And last but not least, the third installment of the Christmas Square Dance series. And on the back, she shows what you can do with the border that's free on her website. You can either pick your favorite 3 out of the series, or you can stack them and do a larger piece. And then that's just another style finish that she did. And I also wanted to show you that the thread keeps that we got at Market match up with this design. So they hold 12 different fibers, and you could use them for any Christmas design. Doesn't have to be for this series. They would be a cute gift, stocking stuffer. So they retail for $5. And I think that's it. Thanks. Warning, warning, enabler alert. I'm going to show you some other charts that came in recently. This is number 9 in Little Stitch Girl's Spooky Hollow series. This is the Barbershop. She also did Life is Sweet. And then I'm now on Annie B's Folk Arts Automatic. So this is Country Christmas 2 with 4 more ornaments. And Pumpkin Patch. And Erica Michaels, this is called Constant Companion. And the larger piece is done on Legacy Linen 30 count Mariner's Map. And then the silk gauze smaller version is on 40 count. This is My Heart Beats True. And the linen model is 36 count Heartland from Picture This Plus. And then the smaller one is the 40 count silk gauze, which is her trademark. And then I didn't remember ever having this one before, so I got this in too, Walk on the Beach. Okay. Heartstring Samplery had another automatic. Farm and Folk Penny Cushions. We're all missing our fairs this year, aren't we? And her other one is Seeds of Love. And then Homespun Elegance, Delivering Wine Grapes in her series of Delivering. Jardin Privé has Patchwork de la Plage, which is the beach or the sea, I believe. Madame Chantilly has Celebrate Summer. Pineberry Lane re-released the Strawberry Queen, which was previously a club piece from a couple years ago. Puntini, The Sleepless Stitcher. And she had several other new releases too, but they were out of stock. And Scissortail Designs has Coffee, Relax, Enjoy. And it includes the cute little ribbon and the button. Praiseworthy Stitches. In their line of simple gifts, they have Oh Holy Night. And Sue Hillis, Dogs on the Run. This is a food truck series. And Tiny Modernist, Seasonal Trees. Okay, thanks. Hello there. I wanted to share a few comments from last week's video. Wanda Greer said, I love your videos. Wish I was close enough to visit your shop. Well, Wanda, that's kind of why I sit in different areas of the store to film, so that you get to see a little bit of my shop and what I carry and how I have things arranged, and just for a different, interesting background when I film. I haven't shown every nook and cranny yet, mostly because they're hard to film in front of, based on how I have to set up my iPad. But I may stand in some of those areas just with my iPhone, and I won't be able to hold things up and show them to you, but I could show you what's behind me. So I'm going to work on making sure I have the whole shop covered. And then I've always entertained the idea of doing a video that's a tour of the shop from the front door all the way to the back door, but the whole store's never perfectly clean at one time. Oops. So I'm working on that. Maybe that'll happen someday. And then Daylene Wilkinson said, it was interesting to see how you keep track of all of us and what we order. I always love to see your beautiful penmanship on the envelopes you send me. You know, I have a running commentary with the clerks at the post office about my numbers and how they think my 5s are 9s, etc., etc. So I'm going to show them your comment as proof that some people think my penmanship is interesting. And coincidentally, today I was at my parents' house with my brother Mark and my sister-in-law Patty, and we were helping to clean out their attic in preparation for a possible garage sale or donations or whatever, and they might be moving within the next year or so. Anyway, most of the things in the attic belong to my younger brother Patrick, who lives in Chicago, and I took all the paper that he didn't want anymore and donated it to my church bin so that they get money for it. But I took home a whole shopping bag full of correspondence, and I promised him I wouldn't read the letters from anybody else. I was just looking for the ones that I wrote him, and I came across this. Now this is pretty handwriting. Not anymore. I don't take the time to write that neatly anymore. And then this is from Kathy Stugmeyer. I love seeing you back every week. I really missed you. And she said a few other things. Yes, I'm so glad too that I'm back in the habit of doing it every week. I'm not sure what happened during the lockdown, except that I just wasn't in the right frame of mind. And some days I felt like I had nothing to say, and the next day I would think of a great idea, and then I would get slammed with mail orders or distributor orders to unpack and price, and then it would start all over again. She also said, and that darn number generator, phooey on you, multiple crying smiley faces. But she also said, and thank you for always being so amazing and generous. Well, Kathy, you put it out there, and congrats, because it shows you this week. So you're going to get the heartstring samplery patriotic piece with the week's linen. So there you go. And this week's giveaway, I don't have it ready to show you yet, but it's going to be a sampling of even weave fabrics. And now that I have 36 count, it will be one piece each, maybe like a 8 or 9 inch square, so that you can actually do something with it instead of just practicing on it. But I'm going to give you a piece of 25, 28, 32, and 36, all in the neutral colors, not the hand-dyed, but just the neutral colors. And just say me please again, or yes please, whatever you want to, and I'll pull a winner next week. Okay, here's to another good one. Bye.